It's an open invitation, sweet intoxication. If music is the wine of love, play on. Since the world began, we would cross the land, playing songs that filled our lives. Though the styles have changed, still the thrill's the same when the changes flow just right. You are the dreams of the coming age. We are just your patient teachers. Hand in hand we will lead this band to the heartbeat of the night. Oh, play on, let the rhythm of it lift you up.
Hi everyone, it's Front Row Phyllis. Well, my next guest, Grammy-winning singer, songwriter, author, known for many top hits, including Eye of the Tiger, Vehicle, and he is also my friend. Welcome, Jim Peterik. Hello.
Hey, Front Row Phyllis, how you doing?
I am fantastic. How are you?
You look great. I love your hair.
Oh, thank you. We won't talk about how dirty it is. Okay.
Oh, you need purple streaks in your hair.
That's it.
Okay.
You know what? I never thought of that.
Oh, well, duh.
I know. I'm going to see your guy.
Okay, but I'm going to give him a plug.
Exactly.
Well, later. Ross Bartolome, Salon Hype. Maybe I'll get a free do, you know?
Right. Or at least half of your head.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dear. I better give him 2 compliments. Okay, go ahead.
Right, exactly. So how have you been during all of this?
Well, I mean, obviously, I miss playing live, and we're going to fix that real soon.
I know.
But you're looking at my studio, and Larry, of the Ides of March, and my head engineer, and I've known him since 3rd grade. But you know, he's like my right-hand man and my left-hand man also.
Right.
But we've been working hard, you know, projects with the great Dennis DeYoung.
Yes.
And his 2 albums that came out, well, the second one's coming out in June. The first one came out about 6 months before. Great reviews, just a phenomenal writer, and he lives like 2 blocks from me.
Really?
Yeah, and you know, he would drive over, and we would record with Larry, and what a talent! It's a real thrill because Styx was one of my favorite bands of all time.
Mine too.
You know, and he was the voice of some of the biggest hits they had, "Come Sail Away," and just ridiculous stuff. And then I'm also working with Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
Not too shabby. Who else?
Not too shabby at all.
And the iconic group called Chicago.
Wow.
Robert Lamb, we're working on their new album, and boy, that's a real long journey, you know, with both of us being horn bands from Chicago originally. And here I am writing with one of my heroes.
That's incredible. Is that the most incredible feeling? I mean, do you ever get do you ever get starstruck when you meet some of these guys?
All the time.
You do.
I do. I call them pinch me moments, you know.
Right.
When I'm sitting across the table from Brian Wilson, and this is the guy that, you know, I grew up to, you know, and made out to, you know, with my girlfriend.
Right.
God only knows, you know.
I know, those songs bring back a lot of memories.
Yeah, man.
For sure. So during this time, you know, a lot of people picked up hobbies like baking or painting or cooking. Did you pick up any hobbies?
I bought some more guitars.
You that hobby.
That is my wife goes, Jim, how many guitars can you have? Right now I have 230 guitars.
Oh my gosh.
And it's still not enough.
That's incredible because I've seen the collection and it is just like, so how do you go about picking that guitar you don't have? Like, what goes into that?
Well, you know, I get this thing called vintage guitar. That's big trouble.
Oh,
and
it is.
You go through the pages and there's all these different shops coast to coast worldwide. Oh my God, here's a 54 Fender Telecaster, mint condition. I gotta have it.
So it's kind of like a car. to you.
Yeah,
Right?
it's like a vintage car,
Yeah.
except I ride the guitar.
Right. Right. That's the guitar.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah, I also collect cars, but not like a Jay Leno. I have a
Right.
55 Chevy convertible Bel Air. I have a 58 Corvette convertible. It's so much fun.
It is so much fun. And now things are starting to open, so now you could actually take it out and actually see human beings.
Damn right. I can't wait. Right after we talk, I'm out.
We're out of here.
Yeah.
So can we talk about one little hit song of yours? I don't know, Eye of the Tiger or something like that. And would you tell our viewers, there was a phone call from Sylvester Stallone about the movie, Rocky movie. Can you tell our viewers a little bit about that? I know how it came about, but I don't think.
Yeah, well, I still think of that day. I came home from shopping and I hit my, we had this big answering machine, with the cassette on it, and I hit play and I heard a message from my sister and from my buddy Steve. And then all of a sudden I hear, "Hey, yo, Jim, that's a nice answering machine you got there. This is Sylvester Stallone. Give me a call." And I keep sorting the mail. Yeah, right. That's got to be someone putting me on,
Right.
And my wife, God bless her, she comes in the room and says, "Who is that?" I said, "Some joker." He goes, "Let me hear that again." "Hey, yo, Jim, give me." "You call him back."
Yeah.
You jerk. Call him back now. So I call him back, and I'm very timid, guy from Berwyn. I said, this is Jim Peterik. Is this really Sylvester Stallone?" "Hey, Jimbo, call me Sly." Here's me calling my hero Sly.
Right.
Because Karen and I were huge fans of the first Rocky and Rocky 2. And I thought it was a joke. I said, "What's going on?" He said, "Well, I got this movie called Rocky 3. And I don't want to use that Gonna Fly Now song. That's a nice song, but I want something for the kids. Something with a pulse. Can you help me out?" And I remember saying, "Is the Pope Catholic?" "Yeah." And sure enough, man, he sent us the rough cut of the movie. And I called Frankie Sullivan over to the house. We rented a Betamax Pro and watched that movie. And we caught the pulse of it. And I had my guitar, much like this one, around my neck. And Mr. T is rising up and Rocky's getting soft, doing Master Charge commercials. And I start going just like that. And I'm trying to coordinate the chords with the punches, right? And I start going. On and on and on, and it just started going crazy. And in 3 days, we were in the recording studio with Survivor, cutting that track. Send it to Stallone. He goes, "You guys really did it. You did write a song that's going to outlive you and me." And you know what? I think he's right.
I think so. Did you have any idea that it was going to have that kind of impact? I mean, joking around that you guys both said that, but did you really have any idea?
No.
Right.
No. I might be an idiot, but I did not. I thought it would, a couple of years it would last. The movie was big, and kids are still singing it. I was on the street the other day, and this little kid, "There's the Tiger Man," and his mom starts singing the song, and oh man, this is the best.
I know it is. Because is there ever a time that because you've written and co-written so many songs, was there ever a time that you wrote it and said, "Wow, you know what, this is definitely this has legs, it's gonna take off," and it really didn't take off as well as you expected it, or vice versa, right?
Happens all the time.
Really?
Yeah, after a song that I think is really huge takes a flop, I spend a couple days in my bathrobe.
Right.
Very depressed, but I snap out of it,
Yeah.
And conversely, there's songs that I didn't think would be that big. In fact, one of our biggest hits with the Ides of March, our biggest hit. "I'm a friendly stranger in the black sedan. Won't you hop inside my car? I got pictures, got candy. I'm a lovable man. Take you to the nearest star. I'm your vehicle, baby. Take you anywhere you want to go. I'm your vehicle, woman. By now I'm sure you know that I love you. I need you. I want you. Got to have you, child. break out in here when you know I love you. Ba-da-ba-ba-da. You know what?
Awesome. Yay!
I tell you, we were.
Me. The fans are going nuts.
They're going crazy. I wish I could hear them. Anyway.
Me too.
Well, that's an example of a song that me and the rest of the band had no idea it was going to break out and be a million-seller #1 hit.
Right.
We, we were playing it at all our shows, our sock hops, and we weren't real big yet,
Right.
And we would play it, and coincidentally, if the dance floor didn't fill up with people to that song, we go, oh, that's nice. It's a nice dance song, but it's not really a hit, And well, our managers took us into the studio, and we do about 3 songs. We record 3 songs, and Frankie goes, Frankie Rand, our manager, says, why don't you record that one that the people like so much, that vehicle or whatever? Oh, really? Okay. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-da. And all of a sudden, electricity in the air. And Frankie Rand goes, that's a #1 record. Really? Yeah, I mean, we were totally clueless at how big that could be.
Right.
And it came out, it was the fastest rising pop single in Warner Brothers history.
Wow.
Straight to #1.
That's
And
incredible.
Suddenly we're on the road with Led Zeppelin and Janis Joplin, the
Right.
Grateful Dead, Poco, I mean, on and on and on. Who else? So many people. Such a thrill. And I was 19, Larry was 20.
Wow.
And the whole band was under 21. And,
That's insane.
And we're on the road with sharing deli trays with Jerry Garcia.
What was that? I mean, did you guys ever compute in your head? Because you're young. I mean, you're teenagers. Did you ever kind of formulate in your head, these guys are like big guys. These are like the big time in the music industry.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. Well, we always felt like, beginners because we were so young. Everybody else was like 25, 26, 27, blood, sweat, and tears. They were all, seasoned vets. We're just these kids,
Right.
like kids. But you know what? We weren't. We were really a good band, and we got up there, and we got standing ovations every night. We opened for Led Zeppelin, and all I remember is the standing ovation after Vehicle, and how the headline the next day say, Ides of March steal the show from Led Zeppelin.
Wow.
Honest to God.
That's insane.
I got the headline.
So speaking of Ides of March, let's talk about your band. 55th anniversary album is out. And you know what? How special was it putting together all the songs that went into, on that album? Because you also have several collaborations on that album too. Yeah. So what does it take to really hone in and pick the songs that went on such a big momentum album like that? Right.
Well, the album's called Play On. And I got to say, we had probably 40 songs for this album. And, Larry and I were talking to each other. We can't produce ourselves this time. We were very used to producing ourselves. And suddenly, Fred Mullen came to mind. And he's this brilliant producer that lives in Nashville, but he's actually from Toronto. And I've known him for many years. He's produced all the Jimmy Webb albums, Linda Ronstadt, on and on and on. And he's a big Ides of March fan. Okay, all right. So we met with Fred Mullen, and he said, sure, I'd love to produce an Ides album. We needed that outside ear, that outside guy that goes, Jim, no offense, that song sucks.
Right.
The guys in the band, if Larry said it, I'd say, well, hey, but here's Fred Mullen, who's, he got this big reputation. I'm going to listen to him, and I'm not going to be offended. So we whittled 40 songs down to like 13. And we went in the studio, we cut everything live at my son's studio called the Jam Lab, Colin Peterik. And we were face-to-face playing, not like sending files over to, Egypt. This was face-to-face, a band, a real band. And that's why when you hear the songs on Play On, it's very cohesive. It feels like the real deal. And like the 70s and 80s when bands used to play in one room face to face, and that's what we did.
Wow, that is so you guys have been together obviously throughout and for a long time. How do you maintain that relationship and friendship for over 55 years? I mean, how
Yeah,
do you do that?
it's coming out of 57 years.
Wow.
I'll tell you what, the thing is, if the country of America was run as well as the Ides of March, there would be peace in the valley.
Wow.
We really have it down. Everybody in the band has their own gig, it's their own expertise. Larry is the brilliant recording engineer. I'm the songwriter, lead singer. Mike Borch keeps the schedule for the band. Bob Berglund cooks the books. No, he does the numbers. Scott May is our PR man, as you know.
Right,
We
right,
all have and we don't mess with the other guy.
right,
You know, and if we have a little, complaint, we'll say, Bob, blah, 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 whatever, but always very civil.
right.
And that's the key.
That is the key because there's so many bands. I mean, you know this, doing this forever. There's so many bands that because of that, they chose to go separate ways because of, yeah. And I
Yeah.
think a lot of times it's ego that gets in the way. We know how artists are and bands are and, and in this business, so that definitely can happen. Now, you've also collaborated and worked with and mentored some of the biggest names in the music industry. But my question is there one or two that you would still want to work with in the future? Who's that one or two?
Oh, man.
Come on. You only get one or two, Jim. That's it.
Well, that's all I want. Paul McCartney,
Yeah.
right?
I will be there for that.
Okay, I'll call you up.
Larry, move over. I'm stepping into the studio.
I got a chance to meet Paul before he was a Sir Paul at the 25th anniversary of Sgt. Pepper in the penthouse at the Abbey Road Studios. And I stood in the queue, with everybody else. Finally, I got there and I shook his hand and he said, I said, "Oh, I'm Jim Peterik. I wrote Eye of the Tiger." And he goes, "Oh, great song, Jimbo. Great song." And I said to myself, now I can die.
Right?
It was just such a thrill that he knew my song and loved it, and I'll never forget it.
Oh, wow. When you look at your amazing career, what are you most proud of?
That I'm still married to my first wife.
Oh, right?
49 years in a business that seems to,
That's amazing.
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 It's a tough road, and I would be on the road for 3 months at a time, opening up for sharing bills with Aria Speedwagon and Bryan Adams and on and on and on. And there'd be all these parties and wildness, and you know what? I would be in my room writing the next, hopefully, hit record.
Right, right.
I'm going, no, this is my job, man, and I got someone much cuter and nicer back home,
Right?
And I know you know Karen, and you know what I'm talking about.
She's so amazing.
The real gem.
Yeah.
So that's me.
Oh, that's so what's on the horizon for the remainder of, it's so strange to say the remainder of 2021, because my brain is still in 2019 because
Right.
I can't accept 2020. So I just went from 2019 to 2021.
Sounds like a plan. Well, a lot of practice. We're Ides of March are shedding the rust right now. We're rehearsing every week,
Wow.
getting ready for some big shows. We're going to be playing the Devon Amphitheater coming up very shortly
Okay.
in Decatur.
Yeah.
And then we're going to be playing Ravinia. That's one of our favorite
You are. I'm so excited.
locations. Yeah, walk over there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's going to be the 3rd of July.
Okay.
And we're very excited about it. So
That's so awesome.
and then we have a whole summer full of dates. Some are on the East Coast. They
Yeah.
were supposed to be last year, and now they're this year.
Yeah.
And we have Cornerstones of Rock shows coming up at the Arcada Theater. That's all the great bands from Chicago area from the 60s. Ides of March, Shadows of Night, Crying Shames, New Colony Six, Buckingham's, of course.
Wow.
So it's really a good show.
That is so are you so excited to get out there in front of like an audience and actually perform? And it's like, right?
excited doesn't even cover it.
I know.
I'm going to be levitating above the stage.
Right.
That's how excited I am.
I've seen you do that on chairs before. You
Yeah.
forget.
I might do it again. You know, I straddle 2 chairs and pray I don't fall.
I was just going to say.
Yeah, I've done that too.
Right. Exactly. Jim, thank you so much for talking to us today. I cannot wait to see you in person and give you a huge hug.
Please, I'll wait for that hug.
I cannot wait. But for right now, it's got to be virtual, right?
Yeah, you never know. Oh, no,
There we go.
that won't work. You know. But
thank you again. And please say hello to Karen and say hello to all the band. And I will see you soon.
You're the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Love you.
Love you.